This is your daily market review for Tuesday, February 20th, 2024. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at XP Realty, aka The Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Tuesday, February 20th, 2024. If you have a chance, check out the live chat we did today. Amazing stuff. Good stuff, boys and girls. Hopefully you're doing really well. Had a great long weekend. Are you surprised by the market dropping? No. We talked about overbought conditions lead to traps and gaps and all sorts of tricks of the trade. And it's hard, right? It's really hard to sell when something just keeps climbing. It's really hard to buy when something's falling. And I think a lot of people get caught in this trap where they believe that the media, they start looking for confirmation bias evidence that everything is fine, as we've tried to explain. If you go look at the data, you go look at the market as a whole, you don't just look at one or two stocks, you look at the whole big picture, you start to see that there's cracks in the armor. At worst, we're going sideways to chop, or some names getting absolutely hammered. Do not be surprised by that, because again, nothing is sustainable. We talked about a lot of things in that live chat. Do yourself a favor, check it out. If you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link description below. I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. If you have any questions, again, about real estate, the markets, use the Calendly link in the description. Love to help out. Again, updated the website, looking fresh. Let me know what you think. Again, Marcus account, get your 5.5. If you need to get your account out of, man, I'm telling you guys, get your accounts out of freaking Schwab. Don't be sitting there at the end of it. I know we all know they have issues. Use your whatever. Where's the link? It's like new fun for me to explore it. Oh, hit the Discord room. Get your Marcus somewhere on here. Maybe it's not on the homepage. Oh, there it is. Interactive Brokers. Use the link. So let me know how I can help you. Like, subscribe, hit notification bell. Again, check if you have notifications on, you will know when we do live chats. You won't have to be searching endlessly. Also follow on Twitter. Posted a lot of trades and ideas today. So CME, we know Fed Fund futures, no rate hike coming, but we'll see. This is 8.5%. I mean, the data is not good. Inflation is not coming down. It's sticky. Bitcoin, as we talked about, you're in resistance. Look to the left. When in doubt, not surprised it's chopping here. I mean, maybe we get the channel high. I don't know, but it's due to pause. Oil, as we said, chop, fizz. Natural gas, we talked about if you had to stop out, no problem. That's the nature of the game, define your risk. But man, you're back at some really juicy, interesting areas. Talked about on the weekend recap, and also today, dollar a little overbought, right? Near term, not surprised it's pulling back. Like to see if gold holds up. Silver's not. It just tells me again, it's just a little bit of a fear trade. I don't trust gold, miners, silver. Again, will they break out? No, not in my opinion. Not until the Feds pivot. TLT, man, you're just chopping here. Bonds need to hold. When I say hold, I mean they got to hold. We talked about the 93 being broken. Oof. Chop. VIX, as we talked about, gapped up off the lows. Usually starts a decent move. Then you pull back. Mid-February weakness. Talked about it. Vixen, same thing. Wakey. Vivix, chopping all over the place, right? That's fun. The VIX of the VIX. But making higher highs. Let's see if we get higher lows. SPY. Oh, Dan, this, bull, this. And I'm like, you guys got to be careful. We talked about OPEX roller coaster. I said it all week. Wee. And then you come back and here we go. The volume on the selling's been greater than the buying. Just keep an eye on that. You just don't know when it ends. And that's what's so hard is if you get caught in traps, be careful. Because again, you chase all the way up. You don't raise stops. You never take profits. Well, your profits aren't real until they're realized. Here we go. Channel low, 20-day moving average. If it breaks, that means the Q's going to have a bigger pullback. IWM, we talked about chopping around. Look at this roller coaster up here. Look at this. It looks like absolute turd biscuit. But guess what? Who knows when it ends? Just be careful. If you try to get cute with it versus just take your profits when it's up, then you get stuck. We said holding up pretty well. Gold, I'm kind of a broken record on this stuff. Wait for the pivot. Folks just are trying to front run this. If you go look at the history, the best time to buy gold, silver, miners is when the Feds pivot. Silver, I mean, this thing should be at 28. GDX should be somewhere in the mid 30s, upper 40s. It's just stuff's lagging. Look at it. Now, again, we hit some reference points, and it's not surprising it bounced. You go from 32 to 26. Along the way, there's going to be bounces. Don't get sucked into it, because if you do, you're going to be crying, and I'm going to have to hear from you later. I bought gold in the miners, Dan. What do you think? And then when they start screaming lower, because you haven't seen what's happened, and again, previous here, I'll show you on the monthly. If you can, well, this one, the GDX is better for the monthly, because GDXJ was popped around. Look at this stuff. Like the miners went from 51 down to 17, 2008, 2009. Then the Fed's pivot, right? Here you go. 2020, 31 down to 15, 16. Don't tell me that there's no room to downside. Do not come to me and say, well, there's not much downside. No, there is plenty of downside, in my opinion. AEM, look at this. I mean, just chopping. Not surprised, though. We talked about like big choppy slop zones. I mean, your decision to trade them. I perfectly no desire. AG, 20-day, whatever. Newmont. I mean, look at this. Miners should be on fire if gold's breaking out. Why is someone not buying this stuff? Newmont making new 52-week lows in the last couple of days. I mean, okay, due to bounce, we get it. Pass. They just look like crap. Be careful. All right, let's get into Taiwan Semi and all the tech names. Here we go. Said straight line moves are very dangerous. Take profits. Now you're below the 8-day. Back into the channel. Oof, good luck. Micron holding up pretty well, but this thing has gotten murdered before, right? Murder. Look at this. It's already fallen off a cliff. AMD begging, pleading, hold 163. But now you're below the 20-day. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. NVIDIA, we told you, don't chase this. Take your profits. But when are you going to short it? Well, we talked about you had multi-day ranges, and now it gaps down. I don't know how long it's, again, worst case scenario, it's sideways. Best case for bears, this thing gets cracked. Cracked. Intel chopping around. SMH, if you bought the Soxus at like 4, you're welcome. You're welcome. Again, define your risk. Add your stop. Someone's going to be mad and be like, whoa, no, I do that. No, you can't really lose if you bought at 4 with a tight stop. Adobe, we talked about failing up at the highs. Look at this. There's going to be so many dysfunctional stocks that you're going to be like, it does make sense. The market looks like shit, Dan. All right, here you go. I'm not surprised. Held the 200-day. Apple, here you go. Like, uh-oh. Below the channel. Below the 200-day. Red alert. Again, even last week, we're like, Apple should be up at like 190s, and it can't even do that. Red flag. Amazon rips on earnings. Then Bezos is just selling. Uh-oh. We'll see. Meta chopping around. Zuckerberg can't sell fast enough. Better hold 450s. CRM's been on fire. Riding the channel high. Better hold the 20-day. We'll see. I mean, I think they have earnings. No, they had earnings in, December. So they got another week or so. Guggenheim, right? Market's so good. Why is Google lagging, right? Microsoft trying to hold. I mean, I would say holding like ranges. Like, look at this. Like, I don't know the exact numbers. 397, 390, but it's below the 20-day. 10 cuidado again. NDAQ. Here you go. Are you safe? Are you really safe? Talked about NASDAQ exchange is Dookie. Future Duke. MicroStrategy, again, we identified the exact range of the highs with the channel and the blue range, and you backed off. Good old Netflix and chill. Is this a fake out, breakout? Because, again, if you get back below, in my opinion, the 20-day, I mean, we're really holding on for dear life. Roblox, I would not be surprised if tomorrow the market just gets crushed or if it goes flat tomorrow and then gets smoked. Tesla, chopping. I mean, we told you guys, like, there was a bounce coming. Yep, Some guys and gals took some profits. Cool, smart. If you really want to get back in it, now the 8, 10-day, 20-day, all that crossing together, you could play there. But, I mean, it's just going from oversold to chopping to next level chef dropping, in my opinion. Airbnb, we talked about the 150s. Check it out, right? Costco, got to give it credit, holding up. But look at that wick today. A little bit above volume. That's on my radar. Starbucks, we talk about nothing. Federal Express. Okay, it's up a little bit today, but look at this. If the economy's on fire, why is FedEx gapping down on earnings and finding no buyers? Look at this, just chopping its way lower. Caterpillar rips on earnings, squeezes up, and then it's like, watch the 20-day, 310 area. Nucor. All right, market's so strong. Why are names not confirming breakouts? Like, look, we got it. Chopping. Again, letter X, I don't think will be bought out by Nippon Steel. To me, that says more of there's a bidder somewhere. Don't short this. VALE, global growth name, on fire, right? Nowhere. Arrow, copper, we said, look at this big drop. Now chopping, cannot get over the 16. CCJ, here you go. Leaders leading and then stopped. We talked about the M top and not BMW M series like McDonald's arches. This doesn't look good. You better hold this area. Like, it's very clear to me. You have to. I mean, I'm talking about in every recap. Like, you gotta hold this, whatever you want to call it. 41 area, 40. CF, man, we like ag long terms. Just going nowhere. When you zoom out, they're just big, sloppy chop zones. I do like ag because you got to eat. NTR, chop, chop, chop. And again, the next cycle will be commodity led, in my opinion. Aaron, another global growth name, aluminum. XLF, gift from the gods today that it was up at one point. And hopefully you added some shorts of here. Again, people are like, whoa, if you're wrong, you can't be wrong. No, I have zero problem being wrong and defining my risk very tightly. Very tightly. Do it and just do it. Do it. Rum and Coke. I mean, with stops. Define your risk. Limit it to 1%, 10 cents, $1, whatever you need. It makes sense. JP Mo chopping around, right? Riding the lightning, as we've seen sometimes. Riding the lightning can happen, and then kapoo, kapow, kapam. Morgan Stanley's been dead money. Bank of America popped, dropped, chopped, all over the place. Sloppy. Goldman Sachs chopping around, has to hold. 375. Carry, we talked about. The dead trash floats last. Well, here you go. You got that crap floating last week, and now it has nothing. XBI, we said you got to watch this 93.98. It's real big resistance. Zooming out. Can we break over it? Solar, it's just a joke. Every pop in time should go lower. Sedge until what? Feds pump the liquidity. Watching the 100-day. We talked about ENPH, trap 2-day range above the 200-day. You're welcome. First Solar, this one's been harder. It's just chopping around. But we had references, 160s. You're welcome. HYG, again, I think you must be higher than, what's his name? Chris Tucker from Friday. Smokey, or whatever his name is. Like, dude, why would you be buying corporate debt before a recession? You're just, why? All right, anyway, USO, we talked about oil being choppy. Here you go, UNG. This is what's hard because UNG decays, right? But if you want to start taking stabs in the 14s, that's fine. KOLD, we said wait for the chop, right? You're starting to see some chop, right? Multi-day range, keep an eye on it. Tight stops. Again, I don't think there's much downside to natural gas, but the KOLD decays. Decay. XOP, we talked about, like, this is really hard. Look at these choppy, sloppy ranges. Just be careful. Occidental, Buffett's loving it. It pops, he sells calls. The VIX spikes, he'll sell puts. When it drops. I mean, does he just play the game? Exxon Mobilev, chop. Good luck. I mean, again, I don't know. I just don't want to play with these names. CVE, we talked about this breaking out of the channel. Look good. Now what? 100, 200-day cross. Just keep an eye on that. Valero, interesting how the gasoline names today. I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days of gains just gone. 12 or something days with MPC, gone. Chopping at the highs. Things you don't see if the market's bullish, right? EQT, right? EQT. Talked about dead cat bounces. I mean, this thing's been just grinding lower. Flex LNG, last but not least, your favorite, right? No, again, I think we'll be natural gas exporters. That's why I love natural gas prices being low over time, right? Right? Check it out. Like, if you got any questions, again, I appreciate all the love, support. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. If you have real estate needs, I promise you I can help you out. Whether you need to find an agent anywhere in the country, maybe even the world, I can help you out because, again, EXP has connections everywhere. The goal is if you need to buy or sell, if you're buying, trying to get the best deal possible. If you're selling, trying to get as most amount as possible in the quickest amount of time. And if you're new to investing and you're not sure, absolutely reach out. You need help, one-on-one guidance, that's what I do. People are like, well, what's the catch here? There is none. If you buy a house, you sell a house, I'll get paid a small portion of the commission, just like anything. If you go to Zillow, Redfin, any of these websites, they contract out. Well, guess what? I actually call and find the agents within the EXP network. EXP has almost 100,000 agents worldwide. There's somebody, I guarantee, in your area that has some skill, talent that actually can do their job well versus I hear so many nightmare stories from friends and clients that didn't use me for help, or they went traditionally to use their Uncle Bob, their Aunt Sally, their friend, neighbor, Johnny, and they got absolutely crushed by the market. They got negotiated and just worked. They got absolutely worked. And I feel bad for those people because, again, they didn't realize that, again, using your friend cost you more money. Using someone who wasn't experienced costed you money and time. That's it. Don't forget time. So again, if you need any help, please reach out. I'll talk to you guys and gals soon. Check out the live chat. You'll enjoy it. Pretty funny, actually. A lot of singing and dancing.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.